Hey, it's your boy CeeJ, and this is Level 1 Gaming. This is my insights. I know it's been a while. I had to kind of take care of some things. But today is, I wanted to look at something kind of different. I wanted to take a look at the Xbox One launch, or rather, the announcement of the Xbox One. Let's do it. So, Xbox One announcement was very interesting. It it created some heat for Xbox at the time, right? I remember hearing so much about TV and TV this and TV that and more TV and Connect, and you want, like, Connect was required for the system. And we're going to talk about, I want to get into Microsoft's vision of the Xbox One and how that vision is actually being lived out today by other companies. So you look at the Amazon Echo, look at the Google Home. They're pretty much doing what Microsoft wanted to do with the initial release of the Xbox One. Before they unbundled the Kinect, they wanted to create a console that was the center of your living room, right? You remember Microsoft was big on TV. They were big on, they had their own studio. They had their own, movies and all that. They had groove music. I don't know if you guys remember that, but that was their thing. They wanted to create an ecosystem that embodied entertainment as a whole. Now, this was Microsoft stepping out of their comfort zone. This was Microsoft trying to do things a little bit different, but they centered it around a gaming console, which at the time, you're coming from Xbox 360, which is pretty known as one of the best consoles ever, right? You're centering something coming from a great gaming console to a blatant entertainment console. And I remember, people were on internet and complaining, and I was like, ooh, Microsoft want to create Halo movies. I was excited, right? And then you had DRM, and yeah, the whole digital thing. They were very digital focused. And when you look at today's gaming, right, you look at microtransactions and you look at games as a service, Game Pass, PlayStation Plus, PlayStation Now, Google Stadia, Amazon Luna. You look at those services and those automated systems and all that. That was Microsoft's vision, was to create a system, create a console, or create an ecosystem that embodied home automation, music, movies, TV, and games. Like, they wanted that, right? But per usual, Microsoft was too early. They announced something. They were too early, and they announced it in the wrong realm of thing. Like, you don't announce TV. That shouldn't be your focus. That shouldn't have been their focus, right? During the release of the announcement of their next generation console. And then you have something that's paired with it, and people are always paranoid, right? With a camera system that's, required for it. So, but when you look back at it, this is the vision. Like, the vision overall wasn't bad. It was just at the time, because that's pretty much what we're doing. We're playing games all the time. Most of the games that we play are always online. Microsoft was big on the cloud at the time. Titanfall was like that game that really, like, embodied the cloud, right? Well, you got a lot of cloud gaming going on now. And this was just Microsoft setting in place, like, this is what we're going to do. This is how we lead up to it. But it's just how it was announced, how it was marketed was more of a controlling from their side, right? But when you look at what we have today, we have Amazon is in the music movie business. Apple, I mean, like, so many different companies are getting into it, right? And these are companies that Microsoft technically competes with, but these companies are doing what Microsoft wanted to do, but they try to do it through Xbox. And it's a matter of time to, when people have to acknowledge that this was Microsoft's vision, to create one ecosystem that embodied everything. So now you can use your Amazon Echo with your Xbox. You could do different things like download a certain game, or do a certain action within your Xbox. But they wanted to do that through Connect. And another thing I've noticed is when Microsoft announced something, and when they start something and they have to backtrack or abandon it and somebody else takes it on, they'll try to come back. Right? Remember Cortana? Cortana tried, she was going to be Microsoft's answer to Siri and Alexa. It didn't work out because it was too late. So the vision is always what the vision is always early. The implementation is always early. They abandon it. They come back when it's too late. But now you look at the Xbox Series X and the S, and those consoles are doing pretty well. And I like the message behind them. Microsoft, Phil Spencer, the team, Aaron Greenberg, all those guys over at Xbox are doing a great job of selling and marketing the message behind Xbox. Whereas it's not just a console anymore. It's an ecosystem. So you're not tied to just one console. You can play on your PC, you can play on your phone, or you can play on your console, which is what people want to do. And that gives more incentive and brings people in. And that's kind of where we're at. And Sony is doing, if video passes is a thing, we've seen the leak, that video pass may be a thing. I see some people on Twitter and all that are upset that Sony is doing something like that, or they're doing the fanboy thing, like why is Sony give you guys movies or whatever. But when you think of Sony as a company, they are entertainment as a whole. That's their focus. Sony has always been music, movies, TV, and gaming. Like that's their thing. When you look at them as a whole, Sony, including something like Video Pass, is essential and is key to their business. And I think that's going to be a game changer in a way. Like, you're able to pay this subscription, this monthly subscription. You get your free games, and then you get free movies. I mean, you can't argue with that. And then they have this deal with Netflix. So you never know what's going to be in that deal with the Video Pass. But it's a matter of time. But I just wanted to touch on how Microsoft's vision is always implemented, always talked about early, and it just was the implementation was wrong with the Xbox One. I just wanted to touch on it. But we're living in that Xbox One future where we're always online. Like every game that I play, I'm always connected. Like you look at games like Fortnite, Warzone, Smite, different games like that. It's requiring you to be online. And when the servers go down, then some people may go play a single player game. But it's a matter of, this is kind of what Microsoft wanted. They wanted us to always be connected. The 24-hour check-in. Like it was just the future. And I think at the time, the message was just too early, coming from a console where you were able to play games however you wanted to. You were able to trade games and swap between different friends. And I think that message that Microsoft put out was too early. And Sony was able to capitalize on that because the Xbox 360 was successful, really successful. Sold a good bit, right? And I think just the message of the Xbox One was just too early, and we weren't ready to adopt the whole idea of always online, talking to a camera, talking to Connect, and buying microtransactions, free to play games. Now we're there. And I just wanted to touch on that. Now we're in the Xbox One's vision. But you guys, thank you for tuning in. I know it was a little different. I didn't talk about the latest news. I just kind of want to bring in a different insight on where we are in gaming, and where we are and where we're going in gaming is the vision that Microsoft had with Xbox One. But thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you check out Level 1 Gaming, KB CeeJ